It's Unit for TrueGameHeadz, and I'm here with Sony Online Entertainment, and they're going to talk a little bit about DC Universe Online.
We're showing off our first case or caper. It's what you'd call a quest in another kind of game. But since we're in the DC Universe, you're going to be a hero or you're going to be a villain. We have players here on this side playing the heroes, going after Doomsday, trying to find out where he is. And on the other side, we have villains. So players are not only trying to track down this villain, but they can fight each other in the contest. So we have PvP going on as well as regular quests. This is a player character. She has the ability to super speed. She's got a gun to shoot stuff with, and she has electrical-based powers. This is one of the possible characters you could make. We're showing off 6 different ones here, but there's literally an infinite variety of different people you could be. They're weaponizing, showing off some strength. She's got it, throwing it down. You can see Metropolis, Centennial Park in the background. So you can also see she's in a group with some other heroes, other players around here, and they're fighting for justice and doing good. So I'm going to turn over to Mike Daubert, who's going to tell you the specifics of what he's doing.
Character's set up right now with electric abilities. She's got a laser rifle, or a electric rifle. You can walk up to anything that turns green is actually a physics object, so you can interact with it. So you can hit like the square button, will smash with it. Triangle button will actually throw it and have effect on there. So right here you can see I knocked out 2 of the bad guys with helping out the police right there. Then I can, with the super speed, what that lets you do is you can actually run up the side of buildings, run alongside cars. There's actually another boost that you can trigger that I can actually go into a super boost speed. There we go. And this is a PvP world, so what's going on right now is all the players right here on this side of the wall are actually the heroes, the other side of the wall are the villains. So you are able to fight against other players and still have a world full of NPCs.
Now, I know you mentioned that, players have the ability to choose heroes or villains. Are those going to be 2 separate games released, or is this all in one package?
No, it's all in one. You don't have to buy a separate game. It all comes in the same one. At the beginning of the character create, you pick which side you want to be. You want to be on the hero side, you pick it on the villain side. You'll also be able to pick what kind of movement type you'll have. Like this character is set up with super speed. We also have flight and acrobatics, so you can jump between buildings and buildings like Batman and Robin. And then you'll be able to pick your power source. So if you want to have like a trident, or you want to have lasers or swords or laser eyes. And then you'll be able to pick what type of power you have. Right now this character has electric powers. We also have fire power, we have ice power, earth power, atomic power. Basically we want to give you guys whatever you see in the DC universe, we want to be able to give you guys those type of powers.
Being in the DC universe, everybody want to be able to play with Superman, Batman. Are players going to be able to actually play with those characters, or are they just interacted in the universe?
So that's going to be a great question right there. So it's not just that, hey, Batman's going to call you up and go, hey, go knock out 2 of these thugs. Batman's going to ask you to come help him knock out 2 of these thugs. The next thing you know, right there, you're fighting alongside Batman, Superman. Or if you're on the villain side, you're going to be fighting alongside the Joker and the Riddler. Say they're like, hey, let's go take out this like an armored car, or you want to go rob a bank. It's not like they're asking you to do it. They're going to fight side by side with you. So the AI will actually take over that character, and you're fighting in the game with those characters.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not like you're just being told what to do, like, hey, take this out, do that.
Exactly.
You guys actually help
the whole
you.
idea is we don't want you just to feel like you're in the world, you're participating. You are in the DC universe itself, not just like reading a comic book. You're living the comic book right there.
Can you go into a little more depth about some of the other powers that they have? Like, can you create your own powers, or like mix and match and stuff like that?
Chris, you want to take this one?
You can't make your own powers whole form, because what we're trying to do is make sure you can make a character that's inspired by a DC hero or villain. So what we did is we took the list of everybody Batman, Superman, Joker, Black Canary, right? Every character, even the majors and the minors, and we reproduced their powers in combinations. So the idea is you have a big box of crayons of powers, and you can color and mix it however you want to, but we still do have those basic elements. It's not like you're going to be able to come up with absolutely anything, but you do have a very large selection.
Can you talk about a little bit about the level up system in here, like
Sure.
how your characters are able to upgrade and advance?
Well, if you'll notice, we have our XP pool here, right? And players earn these XP by doing various things. You'll see a little purple drop stuff down. Pretty classic MMO stuff, right? I do some action in the game and I get some experience out of it. The difference here is you're running across water or up buildings and you're throwing buses around. You're having so much fun that when you level, it's going to be a surprise. But when you do, you'll get new powers that you can load out to keep filling out your abilities as you grow. You'll get new adventures that you can go on. You'll get new items and gear. The way we like to say it is, month to month, DCUO is an MMO. It's got levels and loot and long-term gameplay. Moment to moment, it's an action game. As you can see, this isn't any take a turn, roll a dice thing. This is get right in there, beat some guys up, have some fun.
Being in the DC universe, does this game have an original story, or are you going to be able to like fight from story arcs that have been in the past DC comics?
So right now, we're working with Jeff Johns and Marv Wolfman, two very noted DC comics writers, and they've actually set up the world story. We have to explain why there are so many heroes and villains, right? Millions of players are going to be playing this game. We've got to explain where they came from. So we haven't revealed the details yet, but that story is going to be sort of the heart of what you're doing. But at the same time, you want those classic Batman stories and Superman adventures. So you're going to be able to play along through that, but it'll be under the context of, wait a second, where did everybody come from? And what does that mean for Earth when suddenly almost everybody has these powers?
So it's being released for the PC and the PlayStation. If I have a PC and it's sort of like a lower end power one, will I be able to run this game, or do I need to get like the best graphics, souped up, expensive computer?
One of the great benefits of developing it for the PS3 and the PC at the same time is that the PS3 really tells us what machine you're going to need on the PC. So if you have an equivalent one, you're going to be fine. And in fact, as we go along, it's not going to be like, hey, your grandma's E-machine that'll run it, right? But if you do have, anything that's a good rig, you should be fine. Or you can always just get a PS3, be able to play it right away. So you got options.
All right, well, the game looks good, and I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
And look forward to it.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
Take care, man.